receive your package, flip it around and look at the sides. Both sides will have circular connectors, which are intended to mesh together and connect the units. However, only one of the sides will have 6 pins inserted, and our first task is to remove these. Flip the package back around so that the heads of the pins face right side up. Then, feel along the side of the ridges until you notice that there is a shelf underneath each pin every so often. Use your finger to push up on this shelf and remove the pin from its slot. If you have trouble doing this, it sometimes helps to use a tool like a small flathead screwdriver in order to assist. Regardless of the method you choose, carefully continue until all 6 pins have been removed. Once all of the pins are out, you can remove the remaining pieces from the packaging and begin the assembly process. Inside you'll find a small packet, which is mostly in German, and describes a supplemental product. This can be discarded. As you inspect each of the sidewall pieces, you'll notice that one side has a large lip. This side should be oriented so that it faces down each time you attempt to connect 2 sidewall pieces. To connect 2 pieces, push them together until they mesh. You'll also want to angle them so that the edges along the top and the bottom are flush, creating an angle of 120 degrees. Next, we'll add our pin. Holding the sidewall pieces together with one hand, gently push down until it's been fully inserted, and the sidewall pieces stay together on their own. You'll repeat this process 5 more times until you have a complete hexagon and have used all 6 of your pins. The first step to assembly is to notice that there's a lip underneath the top unit, and that lip actually needs to be placed underneath the top part of the bottom unit. Next, I'm going to align any 2 corners, and then moving in either direction, I'll continue to spin the unit and to push the corners together, trying to get that top lip underneath the bottom shelf. Sometimes this takes more than 1 full rotation, and you just have to play with it. Another trick is that sometimes, instead of pushing directly on a corner, it's easier to push on the side in between 2 corners. You'll know that you've got it once all of the corners are clicked into place and the units stay attached when you pick them up. To disconnect 2 units, I first placed my foot on the inside for bracing, then I pushed on that corner in order to move the lip on the top unit out from underneath the shelf on the bottom unit. I'll do that 2 or 3 times, and usually that's sufficient to disconnect the 2 units from one another. The individual levels aren't designed to be taken apart, but there is a workaround. Notice that the heads of the pins are accessible from the top of each panel, but not from the bottom. Because of this, we'll need to pry them out. Take a flathead screwdriver and carefully work it under the head of one of the pins until you can lever it up about ½ an inch. From this point, you can try pulling, or you can continue to use your screwdriver to leverage the pin up until it comes out. The unit will start to come apart as soon as a single pin is removed, but you'll need to repeat this process 5 times to disassemble the entire thing.